And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Let's do this. Where is it? Look at that. I even lost it. Here we go. Look, man, I lost it just like the Giants.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. I don't know what the hell I watched on TV, but it wasn't baseball. Glenn, just take it. Take it, Glenn.
Well, if we're going to do a show and we're going to be talking about costs out of the bullpen, then I think I got to throw it to my pal, Super Salty Lou. I don't have much to say.
Well, obviously the win streak is over at 1. Reality is back. This team is so bad. I am sick and tired. I don't care if Buster got rid of one guy today. Why is Walker still on the goddamn team? Let me tell you something. I've never seen a team of pitchers, starting pitchers, that cannot get to the 5th inning under 80 pitches. I've never seen anything like it. Roop only went 4, and then we bring in 2 pathetic fools, including Walker. And then we got a left fielder, as Glenn has said the whole day, our outfield is the shit, that he lost it in the lights. Give me a break. It's Ramos at his finest defensively. This team is absolutely getting worse. Let me tell you something. Maybe they traded Bailey to give him his freedom so he doesn't have to deal with his crap. I mean, my God. You know, I've never seen anything like it. Our bullpen disaster. You know, I want to bring up one thing. Let's take away costs. Right? Just take away. The Pittsburgh Pirates pitchers for the game pitched 124 pitches. We pitched 232 pitches. 232 for a game, not a doubleheader, for one game. It's absolutely pathetic. I'm so glad I didn't go tonight because I would have done the Glenn. I would have gone up and asked for a fucking refund. Waste a whole Saturday night. If I didn't have to do this job under the litigations that we did in August last year for me to climb on board, why would I come here? And you people that think everything's okay, yeah, but Lou, Eldridge hit a homer. All right, he finally got a hit coming up here in a losing cause. You know, you guys just are completely lost if you think this team has a future. I'm usually not this bad, but it was a total embarrassment. It was so bad tonight. I watched the game at Tommy's that they turned it off. Our sponsor turned it off because they didn't want anything to do with the Giants. Instead, they watched the Lakers get killed, so they had some kind of smile on their face. Absolute disgrace. Eric, back to you.
All right, a couple of things here, guys. First and foremost, poor Koss. You talked about it right off the get-go, Glenn. Poor Koss. This guy has more appearances as a pitcher on the 2026 Giants than he does starting his regular position. This is bad. If I was Koss, I would say I don't want to be on this team no more. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Well, how do you treat him like that? And then he goes up and takes a step back, and what's he do? He takes a 95-mile-per-hour fastball right in the back of the noggin. Talk about having a man. You talk about luck, Glenn. That was some horrendous luck for Koss. But to go back to the game, yeah, Lander Rube, he had a difficult time, man. I'm surprised he was able to get through as much as he did. And then Tony Vitello, in his infinite wisdom, decides to go to Baruki. Why do you go to Baruki when you had Gage? Because you went to Gage anyways later in the game. So why not just start with Gage rather than going to Baruki? He comes up and gives up a run. Then he goes to Walker. Walker comes in, and he did okay. There was an error at first base with Devers not being able to skip it or pick it, I should say. But he was able to get out of that inning clean. He comes up for his second inning. Walks a guy, has a wild pitch, gives up 2 hits, getting shellacked, if you will, that like Walker always does. Tony Vitello, this is the epitome. This is the epitome of the Giants baseball right now. Tony goes out to the mound. He's so shell-shocked, he forgets to tell the bullpen what pitcher he wanted to go to. Then showing it live on TV, you see Brubaker with his hands up. You see the bullpen coach, Jesse Chavez. He's getting up there going, and you can clearly see what he's saying. What pitcher do you want? He's screaming it. What pitcher do you want? What are we doing here? Come on, we're better than this. I hope. This is just, I mean, it was the epitome of what Giants baseball was tonight. And you can't have that. It's just, it was an absolute mess. See, we didn't draw our first walk in about a week until the 9th inning of the game. Yeah. I mean, come on. What are we doing, man? What is going on? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of watching this baseball. I dread when it comes to first pitch because it's going to be something stupid. And I'm frustrated, guys. I don't know. I'm pissed off that I'm afraid to just keep going because I know Lou already dropped a couple of F-bombs. I'm doing my damn best in not dropping a few more, but it's just, I'm tired, man. Glenn, this is just bad baseball, period. End of story.
Well, the good news, guys, the WNBA season is here. So I got to watch some ball, and I got to watch some quality product. I cleaned up. I was 5 for 5 in my bets. One was a parlay. I put 3, the other 2. Easy money. Lou, what's the easy money? Giants. What did I tell you, baby? Lou and I have been cashing in tickets. I mean, we're cashing like crazy. This team's a moneymaker. They scored 5 yesterday. Lou, what did I tell you in today's pregame show? You always bet the under when they score big. 5 being big for the Giants. And what do? And Eric, what did I tell you today when you announced the line? You read off the starting lineup on our pregame show. And I said, well, that's a winning formula. Take your hottest bat out of the lineup. Come on, man. The thing is a farce. I could easily say a lot of bad things about Tony V. He's left me scratching my temple. This is
bad. I'm sorry. That was bad decision making today. That was bad.
Well, he's only got to work with what he's got. I blame this. This is an entire shambles based on the decision making of one Mr. Buster Posey. He built this team this way. Yeah, these are his players, Lou, or Eric, Lou.
I know.
This is what it is, and I'm watching for Greg to make an appearance tonight. Lou, remember Greg was in here last night? Oh, I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to rub salt in the wound. Devers is back. Yeah, a couple of Ks today. Yep. Great second inning. Grounded into the double play. Took us out of everything there. Adames back below the 200 mark, Eric. That's good news. At least he's back in familiar territory. He's going to feel comfortable again. The pitching, we have none. I mean, Eric, when we lose with Webb going, and we lose tonight with Roop going, I mean, when you don't win with your best, you're definitely going to lose with your worst. This could be, Eric, how many wins? And I use that term in lowercase letters tonight. How many wins is this team capable of? Because I know a hell of a lot of losses coming up There's not going to be, there's no change, Eric. This is, as they say in football, right, Lou? They are who we thought they were. And that is just the sad tale of the tape.
I do have a question. The phone was working in the dugout, right? There is communication where normally, hey, Tony, what's up? Yeah, I need, give me Walker and give me Gage up. I mean, that's how they normally work. Is Tony V that lost that maybe he didn't call?
No, it's not that. No.
Or he went out and he forgot. So
you
6
post
steps
the point
walking.
with your left or your right hand, right? On which picture you want. That's all you got to do. You just got to signal.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you walk.
Yeah, so I assume the phone works. He just couldn't decide who he wanted.
He just didn't know who he wanted when he was walking out to the mound. Again, maybe because he was shell shocked. Yeah. Because he pushes the wrong buttons. He went to Walker and it bit him in the ass. In the ass. Again. Yeah. How many times do we have to see Ryan Walker come out and absolutely shit the bed?
Yeah.
Come on. How many times? It's not brain surgery here. We talked about this whole offseason. The bullpen is going to be a problem. We happened to get lucky in the first month of baseball where they were pretty decent. But now we're seeing what this bullpen is. You failed to go out there. Look, you went out there. You went cheap on the rotation. You went cheap on the bullpen. So what do you expect? Glenn, you've talked about it, right? You go out there cheap shit. You're going to get cheap shit in return. And that's what we're freaking seeing. You got freaking Hinches, who's supposed to be your one of your big lefties that you signed in the offseason. The guy's not even throwing over 92 miles an hour in Sacramento. He's spent almost an entire month on a rehab, and his velocity is not coming up. I wonder why. Maybe because he had shoulder surgery. Maybe you should have passed on him, and maybe you should have got someone that was a little bit more effective. So what are we doing here? This makes no sense. Why would you continue to go to Ryan Walker? Everybody can see it. Everybody. And I'm tired of it.
Because Eric, simple answer. He's got to work with what he's got. This is Buster's problem.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Why is he on this?
Why are we keeping him?
If he's not in the bullpen, they can't call him. If he's not there.
Yes. You got to yank him. Somebody got to go in there and yank him out, man. I mean, good Lord, man. God, this is just...
Guys,
Chardall's on the money tonight. Chardall, he said this is a shit show. Eric, starting pitching, bullpen, can they hit? This team can do nothing right. We're on the hitting, the bullpen, the starters, and the manager, and throw in the coaching staff. So what is good about the product?
It's a mess. I can't tell you. There is nothing good. There's nothing good right now, man.
And again, they take Lou. If you had gone to paid to see that game tonight, first thing you say to yourself, as a fan, a team that you want to win. Anybody know? Did we trade our best hitter today? Well, how come our best hitter's not in there? How come our best hitter's not playing tonight?
Yeah, with Casey, a little. I thought the lineup was weird because you basically, literally, have been having 3 guys hit. Arias, who was in, Rodriguez, who they gave the night off, and then, of course, Casey.
I'm afraid they're trying to keep – I'm afraid the problem, Lou, is Vitello is not cracking the whip, has not accepted the role of the leadership. I think he's trying to stroke too many egos, and he's keeping the big 3 in there. It means Schmidt can't play. I think he's trying to keep everybody happy. And as the boss, you can't be friends with the staff. I've learned that, Eric. You can't be friends with the staff. You got to crack the whip and say, "I'm sorry, here's the lineup. You post it on the wall and dodge the grenade. You ain't playing and you ain't playing. I don't care how much we're paying you." And you had what was the last, Eric? If you could go back, you had the last one you put up on the screen.
Oh, Tom. Tom had a great one. Yes. I didn't understand that either. So what we're talking about, Tom talked about it. Thanks for that comment, Tom. Tony Vitello, when he went out there to go yank Landon Roop, he's out there giving him like hey, understand, this is why I'm going to pull you out. You have that conversation in the dugout. Hey, this guy, if he gets on or you get this out, we're going to go to the lefty.
Dude, he was in about 140 pitches. He had to come out anyway.
But I know, but he's coming out there and you could see him having a conversation. It's like, no, just get the ball. then we're going to go to the bullpen. There's no reason to discuss it. You want to discuss it in the dugout before the inning starts, or you do it in the clubhouse after the game is over. I don't know why he's sitting there having a little bit of a dialogue with him. It's like, okay, whatever. I mean, you're yanking him. So just yank them. There's no reason to give it a dissertation on why you're getting yanked.
And I'm sorry, Lou, you didn't get to see the whole game. You were among friends, and you guys had better things to do. Eric, you watched it on the TV tonight, Eric?
I did.
Would you listen? Okay. Can anyone in this chat explain to me where did they find this umpire? The worst umpiring I have seen and I've seen some bad stuff, Eric. This umpire, my God, you wonder why the umpires feel, intimidated by the ABS system. This guy was calling strikes that were 3-4 inches outside the plate. And once Pittsburgh, I felt bad for the Pirates in a way. I felt bad. They used up their 2 challenges, and then it was a free-for-all. He was calling strike.
Dude, hey, Pittsburgh screwed up. You went through 2. You wasted 2 challenges in the first inning, dude. Get out of here. How stupid was that? And you know what? It didn't matter because the Giants were so bad, it didn't even matter.
I just thought the umpiring in this baseball was just like me.
It was, but hey, look at this. We got 760. San Diego Padres fan says, I'm sorry, Giants fans. I know the feeling. I'm honestly not sure what y'all can do to fix this. Well, I don't think there is anything right now. I had great expectations in Posey, but I don't know if he's a good fit. Hey, you're going to start hearing that a lot more. A lot more. There's already been rumblings, right? But I think you're going to start hearing that quite a bit more, man. There's no doubt about it. Here, hold on. I got to get to Eddie. Eddie says I'm nitpicking on Tony. I'm not nitpicking. No way am I nitpicking. You tell me, Eddie. If you were the manager of the San Francisco Giants, would you have gone to Baruki and then follow that up with Walker when you have a 2-run deficit? Is that what you would have done?
And Eddie, when was the last time you saw a manager go out to the? When was the last time a manager went out and didn't call a righty or a lefty? I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Are you telling me that was good decision making by Tony Vitello? Are you going to tell me him walking up to the mound wasn't a problem when you're not signaling and you got your bullpen yelling at you, saying, "Hey, which one you're calling in here?" Come on, man. Come on, Eddie.
Oh, this is a great fix. Great fix. Bring in the fences so the other teams can hit home runs.
That's not going to fix the problem. That's not going to fix the problem if you ain't hitting. Come on.
Don't worry. Everything will be all right after tomorrow. And our pitcher gets blasted. We get to go to LA for 4. It'll be easy.
That's what I thought. Hype. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Rattle. Here's the other thing. We talked about this on the special pregame show today. They have a problem where he will not use the same pitchers consecutive days. He used Wynn last night, and he used what's the name? The guy that throws 100 miles an hour straight as an arrow. So you knew they weren't going to be back tonight. Eric, Eric, exactly what you said early in the season. I'm scared about the bullpen. Well, now it's coming to reality. And the other thing, it's going to be a matter of time where they're going to say our bullpen needs a rest, just like our starters. I've never seen anything where we literally are still in the month of May and they're using excuses that they're tired. Our veterans need a day off. Our pitchers can't pitch back-to-back, killing. And thank you very much, Farrell. So, it's a situation, and I've said this all year, Tony V is completely lost when it comes to the bullpen. I think what happened when he was at Tennessee, he probably had a stud who he pitched all the time and guys he can depend on. With the product he has now, it's a mystery. All I know is why they're bringing Walker in. I don't care if it was the 5th or 16th. I don't want to see this guy. I've been saying it. I don't want to see him unless it's a 10-run thing. I would have rather he pitched tonight in the 9th instead of Koss. That's when I want him to use. Nothing. All he had to do is pitch a couple pitches. He could have got out of it. But, you bring up a great point. Why would Koss want to stay here where he's been used more for pitching than hitting? The other day, they pinch hit him 2 outs in the 9th when the game was over. He completely just send him to – it's not doing him anything to be on the major league. If he has an option, send him to AAA, at least so he can get his swing back, and He's not going to play tomorrow because his arm's probably shot because he had to pitch tonight. It's just not fair to him. And the Giants, if Buster's going to do what they did to do, he's got to start just, you know what? You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. You got to do something. I mean, the Bailey trade today, which happened last night, came out. I don't know if you guys saw that. And they wanted to give Bailey enough time to tell his family so he could get out of here. It's bad. It's bad all around. And another big crowd. But why would guys keep going back? Glenn brings up the Valkyries are playing. Okay, should I go to the Valkyries or should I go to San Francisco? I'll go to the Valkyries. At least they have a product to watch. It's the summer. I went to the Giants. They got shellacked again. In fact, I had to see a position player go again. Should I spend money, go there, parking, all that, go Saturday? No, I'd rather do something else. I'd rather go to a movie or something. Giants are in trouble because this place is going to start being empty.
And Eric, take a look at, I'll bring up the Dodgers, for example, because we know how good a team they are in the postseason. We look at the Dodgers and go, oh my God, they're down to one starting pitcher. You know why the Dodgers can win, Eric, with one starting pitcher? Because they've got depth in other positions. We are not good. We have no room for error. We have nothing. The Dodgers, their bullpen's struggling, but they're getting 8 innings out of starters and giving up 2 runs. And then, oh my God, all the starters, but then their bullpen steps up. And they've got, we don't have to tell you, but the cast of characters that the management there has put into their lineup. We are weak in all categories. Why? Because this should not be a surprise, Eric. This shouldn't be a surprise. It's no surprise to us here at Giant Sports Talk Live. I've been saying it since I heard that Buster Posey was becoming the player of baseball operations. Guy with no experience. What does he do? Brings in a manager. What? No major league experience. This is a team of weak sisters from the top to the bottom. You want to go cheap? This is what we've got. Colorado Rocky baseball, and I use that term. I don't mean to criticize the Rockies and my Rocky fans in the chat, because the Rockies are actually a winning ball club this year, more wins than we've got. We are, everybody, Eric, you got to admit, we knew it was bad, but, we'll be fighting for a third. Can we creep up on the Padres? They still got problems with ownership and what's going on. The bottom line is, if you don't have the horses, they can't pull the plow. And we're in last freaking place, Eric. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody.
This is just, I'm telling you, man.
Blockbuster. It's the only way out, Eric. Blockbuster. Got to deal 4 or 5 guys. It's the only way out.
There's 4 guys.
Drastic.
There's 4 guys that can be on the move. And
Devers.
Who knows?
Chapman,
maybe.
Devers
ain't going to be part of it.
Lee.
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be guys all.
Why will it not be Devers, Eric? The guy who struck out again twice tonight.
You got too much damn money. No one's going to take him, man. You're going to
eat half the contract and beg somebody to take him off our hands.
That's not going to happen. Ownership's not going to do that. You're going to have to trade guys who are on expiring contracts. That means Ray. That means Ramos. That means Arise. If you could try to get Lee, maybe you trade Lee, because again, he's going to be a free agent after next year. Those are the guys that you're probably going to see moving, and maybe sooner than later.
Do for us? What does that do for us? I call him. He's my new guy. You called it, Lou. I'm watching the game tonight. I go, there you go. There's the coffee table with just 2 legs. To the wall. Yeah, there's Ramos. What are we going to get for these guys, Eric? Ramos. Do we make it big? That isn't even a big.
Look, that's the thing.
4 guys.
Hold on.
Trade your 4 guys. Your 4 guys get us. Nothing.
Look,
you gotta go big.
No, you got this wrong. You're thinking that you're going to trade these guys. You're going to get some marquee guys. You're not. Anyone that you trade, it's just going to be prospects, and you don't even know what you're going to have in those prospects. All you're doing is you're getting rid of the expiring contracts, and then you're going to get prospects in return. How are those prospects going to turn out? God only knows. You're hoping
Eric,
that they're going to hit.
Eric, you would once admit defeat. You got to trade these guys. You got to admit defeat.
They're going to be traded. I didn't say
Devers got to go. Devers got to. Chapman is not going to go.
Devers ain't going to go.
Why?
I'm telling you, Devers isn't going.
Why?
They may try to trade Chapman. They may try to trade Adames. And look, I don't have any word to this.
Why not Devers?
They're not going to.
I'm all over Devers.
Why would you not? It's more difficult. It's not that easy. Because they're not.
It was
gonna
easy
do
to
that.
get. Eric, it was
Nobody
easy
is
to. It was
going
easy to
trade
get him.
for
It was easy to get him. So,
because you took on the entire contract. No one's taking on that entire contract. Not right
so
now.
suck
the way
it
he's
up.
playing. If he
Suck
was
it up and
playing-
eat half
listen,
the
if he
contract.
was- They're not going to do that. You're talking about the San Francisco Giants. Since when has Greg Johnson done anything that doesn't involve money? Come on, man. We're talking about our ownership here. These
Then
guys
why are we
will
doing
not
this
do
show?
that.
Like, then why are we doing this?
That's a damn good question. That's a damn good question because it sucks right now. But this is what's going to happen. You might be able to get rid of one of these big contracts, but you ain't getting rid of all of them. It just ain't happening. This is who Buster Posey wanted to get to be in the lineup. It ain't working. So guess what? That's what's going to happen. We're stuck with them. Whether we like it or not, we are stuck with them. The only thing you're going to be able to move are the guys on expiring contracts. I'm telling you, if they can move Chapman, I'd be impressed. But it's not easy. We can't come on here and just say, oh, trade, because it's more than that. You're going to have to get so many people involved in this. And again, even if you trade Chapman, I guarantee you the Giants are going to have to eat some of that money. There's no way that the other club is going to absorb another $100 and something million of the entire contract. It just isn't.
Well, I told you today on the pregame special edition of the pregame show today, the Mother's Day edition, we'll call it. Eric, I would start with that. They put up two names today. I would start with talking to the Dodgers. I get Hai-Sung Kim, and I would give him Jung-Hoo Lee. I think Jung-Hoo Lee would be a fan favorite in L.A. Take him, get Hai-Sung Kim. Then what does that do? Gives you the option to get rid of Arise and get something for him. You got to make the club better, Eric, with younger players.
You're going to get rid of Arise anyways. But the thing is, how much is Hai-Sung Kim getting paid? Hai-Sung Kim, how much is getting paid?
Why is it always about money with you? I'm looking at
because it's the Giants. Dude, I'm telling you, we're not the GMs. We're not the owners. If we want to play owner, of course, we can sit there and do whatever the hell we want. But you got to take in consideration who we're talking about here. We're talking about the San Francisco Giants, man. And that's who they are, man.
I know, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try to get rid of the contracts. You were on the show the other night saying they'll never trade. Bailey's going to go to, you got to send him to the minors or be the third catcher.
Yeah,
I'm like, you got to trade him. You got to get him the hell out of here.
Hey, look, I didn't think he had any value. And look at that. The Guardians wind up and they went.
I told you on the trade thing, he was more valuable on the trade ticker. He's more valuable than Webb on the trade ticker.
Then what? And then we shouldn't be trading Webb because that means we're going to get dog shit back for him then, right?
He is dog shit. So who cares?
Well, he's hurt. But whatever. It is what it is.
Good.
Lou,
Good.
We haven't heard from Lou.
Get
Lou, you go for it, man.
On him right now.
Come on, Lou. I don't know what else.
Come on,
to say
Lou.
there.
This is supposed to be a three-way here, Lou. You're sitting back. Come on.
I know, but this is nice to hear. Let me tell you the problem with the Giants, and you guys talk about it. There's three big fat contracts. They got to at least try to get rid of one. Even if they have to eat some of the money, you got to get rid of one because then it's one less headache away. The other thing is, Eric, you brought up a great point saying that we have guys with contracts. You know, I would trade Lee. Hello, Mr. C. And I've noticed one thing, Glenn, since you've gone to Canada and haven't had your Diet Coke, there's been problems. Can we get you Coke? You need us to give you Amazon and we'll get it shipped up there?
I went diet. It's killing me, Lou.
What are you doing? You're killing
the sugar
us,
fix.
Glenn.
Yeah. So you got to get rid of one, and then you're going to have to start thinking. Right now, one of the things is who do we have that people might want? That's what you got to do. Obviously, Ray being a pitcher, you're going to have to trade him. Arise, there's two.
Those two.
You know, Jung-Hoo Lee, maybe him three. So what you're going to have to do is take one of those two and a big contract and try to do something. You got to do something because right now, here's the other thing is we're 15-24. Okay. When we come back from the road trip, we might be 17 games below. Once they hit 20, it's too late. Too late to trade these guys. I think, Glenn always says anybody on this team can be traded. I would trade Buster as a president of operations, get rid of him too. I would get rid of everyone you can, because if you don't get rid of them now, they're going to walk for free, we get nothing, or we're going to be stuck with them next year, where guess what? The Giants are realizing, there might not be a season next year. Well, being a season ticket holder in 2028, I don't want him 2 years later. That's the other thing. Do you want Devers 2 years later? If he's bad now, he's going to be worse. Do you want Chapman 2 years later when they come back? No. And we got to realize that, because if they don't play next year, they're going to be 2 years later when we come back. You got to start doing now. So I would like them to at least get rid of one of the big fatties. Admit you made a mistake. Here's the other thing that we really didn't speak about. Buster's only got a 3-year contract. That's what he signed. If they don't play next year, who's going to be the president of operations when they bring baseball back? Mania? Do you have trust in him? Do you want Tony V back? Yeah, look at that above Erickson. Isn't that perfect? That's the Giants season. Giants baseball. Nothing like it. I mean, look at that. That's completely Giants. Who do you want? I'm not sure. I'm Tony V. This thing is above Tony V's, not pay scale, but just ability to manage. I think they've completely lost it. And I think the biggest problem with the Giants right now is no one's really taking responsibility. We saw Buster in that interview today, and we commented, he looks gray hair. He looks like he's in bad shape. He looks like it's way over his head. I think that's the problem. Being a president of operation is over Buster's head. Managing is over Tony V's head. I think what we should do is bring Eric's guy. You got to do something. What are you going to do? Go 20 games below? And again, Eric, it's the whole team. Horrible defense. Horrible running. Can't hit in the clutch. Can't hit after a game where we can't put offense 2 games in a row. It's going to be worse before it gets better.
Haven't been able to do that once this season, Lou. Haven't been able to do this once this season. I starred something there, Eric. I don't kid yourself. Jay Farrell says they're not going to cancel a season.
They're going to cancel.
Overpaid, unionized players, they'll sit for as long as they want.
Owners are going to lock it out, and who knows when it's going to come back. 2027 is going to look, and you know what's going to be disgusting? We got this 2026 abomination of a season, and then hey, we got 2027. Oh no, we're going to have to stew on 2026 while they figure out that labor dispute. I'm telling you, man, this is just
what happened to I've got faith in the young players, Eric, and the young pitchers. What happened to that? Again, dude, you cannot argue with the fact that this team took their best hitter out of the lineup tonight and they got shellacked.
It doesn't matter. I said this in agreement. They could have had Barry Bonds in the lineup today. They still would have lost 13-7. It doesn't matter. It was bad baseball all around, all of it. It wasn't just the hitting. It was the pitching, the bullpen, the decision-making, the defense. It was.
And we got to get rid of Roop. Get rid of
Roop,
Roop, too. Get rid of Roop.
It was horrendous. It's a mess. I'm telling you, it's a freaking mess. And I don't know how the hell they're going to freaking do this. You keep hearing, you got to keep going out there. Well, honestly, that's all you can do. That's where we're at. As San Francisco Giants fans, this is the product that the San Francisco Giants have decided to put out for us to watch, and we're going to have to live with it. End of story. We could sit here till the freaking sun rises, and it's still going to be the same roster, and it sucks. All we could do is come on here and bitch and complain about it, and is it solve anything? Nope. It doesn't solve a damn thing. All it does is just raises our blood pressure and be able to vent a little bit. But this is an abomination.
Look at this.
Hey, there
Mickey,
you go. A little salt.
I don't want to rub salt in the wound, but Mickey, who's pitching tomorrow? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Though the only bright spot is Bubba Chandler is an abomination, but considering the way this lineup has been, who knows?
Yeah. I told you earlier today, Eric, when you got guys with 9 ERAs putting beatings on us, I'm not worried. Eric, I'm not worried about the other teams. Just worried about us. Doesn't matter who they throw. Doesn't matter who pitches.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
You can't be scared. Other pitchers aren't scared of our lineup, Eric. So a guy gets throttled 3 or 4 starts in a row with a 9 ERA and he comes to San Francisco. He's like, Lord, you've saved me. I get my career back on track today.
You know, it's funny. I was like, what? I think it was the 4th inning and Roop had just finished the 4th. And I think he was at like 87 pitches or something. And then up comes who is the Ashcraft, right? Ashcraft comes out for the bottom of the 4th. And I looked, I was like, I wonder how many pitches he's at. And I looked, I said, are you kidding me? 37 pitches in the 4th inning? I was like, are you shitting me? And I couldn't believe it. Roop was at 87. Ashcraft coming in to start the 4th was at 37 pitches. I was just like, man, we are cooked. And at that time, it was only, I think, a 1-run game or something like that. It was, but you saw where they were, and I'm just like, we're screwed, man.
Hey, Lou, speaking of being screwed,
yes, game amnesia.
Big game tomorrow. Big game tomorrow, Lou. Big game. So you got the Pirates for 1. You got the Dodgers for 4. Lou, this
and then
is
the A's. And then the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I think we take 2 out of 3 from the A's if we don't sweep. I think our bats are too big for that ballpark. I think we break out, and I think we'll be overdue to break out because I think we're going to get destroyed in Los Angeles. Given the fact the Dodgers come into our ballpark and win, I think the revenge factor, they're going to annihilate us. I think the Dodgers take 3 of 4.
Wow.
And they're giving away the rings, the replica rings on Monday night to get the fans all fired up.
Ooh.
So you think we're going to beat the A's 2 out of 3? Don't you think the A's lineup and their young studs are going, oh, I wonder who's going to be? They're going to be bringing up to Sacramento. Not only you think the Giants might hit, my God, the A's are going to pound our pitching. Everybody knows right now. All you got to do with the Giant starters is take a few walks, score a couple runs, and once they bring the bullpen in, it's over. It's over. That's all you got to think of. I'm going to go
warm up my coffee.
I mean, Glenn, that's all I'm seeing. And, I think you bring up a great point. Dodger Stadium is going to be rocking. I expect the Dodgers to come out, and our bullpen is going to be shot by the time we go to Sacramento. They're going to get torched there. Then they go to Arizona where the ball flies out. They're going to get torched there. And then, here's the Giants' schedule. And we talked about this last week. The Giants' schedule now is tougher. But here, I'm just going to tell you, after our tremendous road trip where we played 10 games, we go to L.A. for 4, 3 in Sacramento, 3 in Arizona. The Giants are going to say, oh, well, we have the White Sox here. The White Sox have the best pitching staff in the American League behind the Yankees. So they're going to struggle there. Then they have Arizona again. Then they go to Coors Field, where we know what happens when we go there. Our pitching's going to get shellacked. Then we go to Milwaukee for 4. Milwaukee, 3rd best record in the NL. And then we go to Chicago for 3. I'm telling you, June 6th, by the time the Belmont Stakes runs, the Giants are going to be 20 games below 500.
There you go.
By the Belmont Stakes, they're going to be 20 games under 500.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And there's no sign of life in my there's just no sign of life. Like anybody comes into the show and says, "Oh, it'll get better." Like Greg last night. I don't see Greg promised, I'll be back tomorrow. Where'd he get to, Lou? Any idea?
Yeah. I don't know. And then look at RJM. Look who the Giants are going against. Sasaki, Yamamoto, Shohei, and Sheen. And then they're getting lucky because they're not even going against the Dodgers' best pitcher because he's on the DL. Imagine if, here's the other thing. Imagine if the schedule was a week earlier. The Giants got lucky. They didn't have to go against the best pitcher in baseball for Pittsburgh. What would he have done here with this lineup?
Yep. And there it is. Dodgers for 4. Be televised coast to coast. All of those games are on cable. Everybody will get a chance to see how bad the Giants are on the MLB network as they decide, for whatever reason, I guess they don't worry about ratings. They got 4 this week. Then we go to the A's, like you said. Then the White Sox, Lou, you got your doubts there. Diamondbacks in our own division, and then the Rockies. Let's just see if I don't even know if our heads will be above water come that time.
Hey, we did beat Otani. We did beat Yamamoto. I mean, they did do something at that time, but it's a totally different team than it was in
baseball.
It's crazy.
Baseball. I said to Lou the other night, we were doing the show together. I said, Lou, what happens? The very worst teams in baseball. They win 60 games. They're gonna win. They're gonna win games.
See, that's there you go. They're getting the hell out of town.
I was going to say, Mr. Giant fan. He says, we're getting out of here.
Get out of here, man.
Holy cow.
Out of here.
Get that man a muffler. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
I just said to Lou, Eric, while you were away, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Here's what we can do. There's nothing we can do.
There's nothing. Nothing. This is a mess. This is just a mess.
Nick says Kruk and Kipe should be in a retirement home. We're going to be in a retirement home, you and I, Eric, and possibly Lou as well, by the time they get back to winning ways. It's only been 11 years, Lou. It's only been 11 years. 12 years. What is it?
Yeah, tonight I did do what I said in the pregame show. Enrique, the great Kid Henry, did a couple shots, and we gave a shot to Bailey. But now, instead of Bailey saying, hey, good riddance, we probably should have made it, hey, freedom to Bailey. You don't have to deal with this crap anymore. And then we did the toast. Hey, that's why they invented the world-famous Tommy Margarita, for days like this. That's what it's all about.
Hey, on a brighter note, because I don't even know what else to talk about. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget tomorrow, at least for me, I hope for you too as well, and everybody in the chat. Tomorrow is a big day.
I love my mom this much. Look at what I got for Mother's Day. It's a heart. My mom likes hearts. She always likes beautiful things. I think she'll like it. She loves me because she always kisses me. You are my heart. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Call your mom.
Well, there you go.
Or visit your mom. Some have to visit their mom in a cemetery on Mother's Day. I'm not there yet. Thank God. And just call your mom. You know what? Mother's Day is like Valentine's Day, like every other day, Eric. We don't even need a Mother's Day. Because if you're a classy bunch of guys, you call your mother more than once a freaking year. That would be a Giants fan. Just call mom on Mother's Day. Just call her once. That's good. Call her every day. I'm going to visit my mom, by the way.
Yeah,
exactly.
I saw my mom today with all my nieces, nephews, and brothers. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. How do you think Bart felt today? Going 4 for 5, seeing I'm with
on the day that they
a young team, and with them trading Bailey, he went 4 for 5, and he's looking. My God, thank God I'm out of that organization. Sometimes it's not. Everything happens for a reason, but really you got to think about it. Serendipity. Bart was supposed to be this new superstar. Didn't work out. He got traded. I know he's had sort of a rough year, but I just think he looks and says, guys, you guys thought we had it bad. Look how bad the Giants are. And it's just one of those things. It's amazing. I mean, the guy was 4 for 5 tonight. And, I think it's just something has to be done. And the other thing, too, is one of the things we're not thinking about. Why would Luis Arias want to stay here? Why would Ray want to stay here? When he sees, all right, forget 2027, but do I want to be here in 2028? Is it going to be improved? Because a lot of these guys, and I think we talked about this, have egos, right? They want the ring. They want to go to the playoffs. I know a lot of times we think it's just about the money, but no. If these guys already have the money, they want to be in a winning organization. You know, one of the reasons that I'm on Giant Sports Talk Live and why I have so much fun and why I want more is how we do the shows when the playoffs happened last year for the MLB. We had so much fun, and the Giants weren't even in it. The games were incredible. The fans were incredible. The chat was incredible. You know, and that's really what you got to start thinking about. You know, it's one of those things. These players, I know it's all, you think it's about the money, but no, they want a chance for the ring. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, 11 years, we've only had one winning year. We're the second half of the season with a winning record. I mean, we're drawing.
Where'd you find this, Tom? Where'd you find this, Tom?
Never gets a sniff of a championship. Poor Arise.
Yeah.
Poor Arise.
Hey, he's probably gonna be on another team here sooner rather than later. Pirates TV had the video showing Adames was signaling the bullpen. What? It's on Twitch. Tom, my Twitter is over here, man. You see my Twitter over here, buddy? Send me the what do you want to call it? The link, if you will. Yeah. Let me know, man.
And if that's true, what happened? See, like Marty would say, you know, it's a miscommunication. But I think Marty's at the point now where he'd say, you know what? That should never happen. Somebody should be accounted for. But we've been saying this like every other game. Either it's a third base coach. I mean, this would be something that they'll have on ESPN, not top 10 list. A manager goes to get, and he can't remember. And people are like this. You know, it's bad. So we'll see. You know, Marty Lurie's probably like, this is bad. You know, and he's gotten to the point where, hey, he'll always go to bat for the Giants, but it gets to a point where you got to stop. You got to start speaking reality. It's a mixed up thing.
What just look at that behind Eric. I see two gloves and the headless horseman. Eric, what time has arrived for the Giants?
What time has arrived for the Giants?
I call it amateur hour.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
It's amateur hour. It's amateur hour.
This is just
cheap ass organization.
This is just bad baseball right now. Here we are, May 9th. Why are we talking like this?
Hey, Greg, where are you?
May 9th, man. May 9th, man.
Hey, we see Greg. Greg's promised he'd be. I'll be back tomorrow. I promise.
Man.
You see Greg? Lou? I don't think you never laid eyes on him, did you? Turn on your mic and let me know.
I did not. I've been looking through the everything now.
I'll be back. Oh, this Giants team has rebounded. We're playing the Pirates. Devers is broken loose.
Yeah, same thing with Robert. I got a question. Did our man from down under, did we talk about his super chat, JB?
No, we did not. Let me get to that. Thank you, JB. Appreciate that, buddy. Forgot all about it. You're not trying to trade Devers. You're trying to sell Devers. Even if he starts hitting north of 250, it's a $30 million year forever. Just play Bryce. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's easier said than done. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I'm just being realistic with you. And it has nothing to do. Do I like Devers? Sure. I like Devers, but do I think that that they should never trade him? No, I'm just saying it's going to be almost impossible. It's just, you got to see how difficult that this is going to be because they took on the entire contract and there's no way another team, the way that Devers is playing, is going to take on that entire contract. You're going to have to pay down, or you're going to have to pay it. And I'm telling you,
is that what teams are saying?
The ownership group, you think they're going to eat? Can you see this ownership group eating even 100 million of it? No way. No way. And you know what? The less that they eat of the money, the less the return comes back. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, man. I don't know. Like, hey, let Buster Posey figure that one out. Because
Boston, at the end of the day, the Boston Red Sox, they found a fool, Eric. Buster Posey not signing, but bringing in a guy under contract for that long. Same with Chapman. Say we want Chapman, Arise. Eric, the little three we've got, the little three with the big contracts. Other teams are laughing at us, Eric. You got guys guys who have no experience running a ball club and judging talent. Oh, but Buster was a great player. So if he's such a great judge of talent, then why isn't he like our scouting director? Why do he make him the baseball player operations guy? And he's doing this to the ball club. In a way, he's adding, but he's gutting it. He's gutting this team. He's gutting it. We're locked into crap for too freaking long.
Yeah, might be.
There's no way out.
Might be.
You eat, Eric, get rid of Devers, eat half the contract.
But ownership ain't going to do it. So we're going to be stuck with this.
So then
that's how it is. That's how it's going to be.
Out and say, so it's about the money.
Of course it is.
You're quite content being worse than the Colorado Rockies for the next 5 years. That's okay. It's okay.
Glenn, they've been happy being 500 for the last 7. What makes you think that they're not? Tell me.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Whose problem is it?
Happy being 500.
So whose problem is it? That's ownership's problem.
So if I'm happy, if I'm happy being 500, do you think I'm happy today? This is nowhere near a 500 baseball club.
Oh, I know. I know. It's worse.
So if I'm happy being 500, now I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off anyway, most days, on a good day.
I'll tell you guys, the happiest camper in the business, and he never wants Buster to leave, Agent Scott Boras. Because if you notice, the big contracts are by one guy. Scott Burrows loves Buster. He probably gives him a big Christmas present. He gives donations and says, Buster, thank you very much.
Yeah, he got 2 of his guys. He's 2 of the 3. 2 of the 3. Postman donates $2. Thank you. Malley, Arise, and Walker and Ray will be traded. Walker ain't being traded. He's just going to get freaking either sent to Sacramento or there's no way. Come on, man. If they're able to trade Walker, I'd be by my side.
Same with Malley. You talk about having a hard time trying to trade a Devers? Who the hell wants Malley?
Ooh. I'm telling you, the 2 big guys, Arise and Ray. Those are the 2 guys that are going to get you.
And
back.
You see, we got another super chat after this.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm coming to it next. Mark, he donates $10. Thanks, Mark, our good friend in New York. They're not having fun over in New York either. Just be thankful the Giants don't have a $300 million payroll with castaways from other teams starting for you and completely tone deaf front office. Yeah,
we do.
How big is our payroll? How big is our payroll?
212 or no, 226.
226, but the Tampa Bay Rays have about 23 wins and they're 85 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That tells you how bad a job Buster Posey's doing.
Well, no, hold on. Because for that, what does the Rays always do? One thing they never do, they never go sign free agents and trade for big contracts. They're good at developing. They got a system where they could develop. Buster Posey is just in the infancy of trying to build through the draft and developing. So on that token, that's comparing apples to the oranges because the Tampa Bay, they're a finely tuned machine in drafting. Buster is just getting his feet wet. As far as the drafting, that's.
But they're always competitive. And Eric, if they draft a player and he's good, what do? They deal him. They're in a continuous flux, a motion of getting better.
That's true.
Keeping the team fresh, alive, winning. They make the playoffs, right? They're close to the playoffs. What are we doing?
It's okay, but what's the goal? What's the goal, though? If you're a major league team, what's the goal? You want to win the World Series. Tampa Bay have been good. They've been getting to the playoffs. But when's the last time they won a World Series?
And that's exactly why I tell you we got to trade everybody. Trade everybody, anybody, everybody.
No,
why? Because we're not going to the World Series. This isn't even a playoff team.
That's not the question. The question is, how many times have the Tampa Bay Rays won a World Series? Even though they're great at drafting, they're great at developing, have they ever been able to get over that hump to win a World Series? They haven't yet. With all the greatness that they've done with drafting, they have not been able to get that roster together to get that crown jewel of a World Series trophy.
And that should scare the hell out of you, Eric. That should scare the hell out of everybody in baseball. Because if they had ownership who would spend money with what they've already got, this team's unbeaten. They're a Dodgers. That's what they are. They're
They
a
could've.
Dodgers. While
They
we
could've.
sit and bask in the, well, we got Devers for another half of a fucking decade. And yeah, well, and we got the fucking coffee table on two legs out in left field, giving up half the runs today. He's a coffee table on two legs, tipping over and flopping around, and he couldn't catch the ball. He can't pick up the ball, and is hitting. He's okay. He's okay. I told you earlier today, Lou, almost 20 years to the year, almost 20 years waiting for a left fielder to come along and play back-to-back years, and this is what we got. And we don't have a center fielder. And we got a third baseman that nobody was signing him. Nobody was signing Matt Chapman. And the Blue Jays, again, another case of the Blue Jays, thank God he's gone. Thank God he's out of here. Arise, give him the money. He had one good year. Devers, oh my God. Yeah, he'll fit our ballpark. We got Bailey batting 147. Like, come on. This team is the worst team in baseball. This team is going to finish last in baseball this year.
Hey, Eric, I have a question. And Glenn, if you guys watch the game, again, I wasn't really into the sound, but Cavities DIV. Eric, did you see Vitalis' response when the Giant fans booed throughout the game? I guess they were booing.
Yeah, they interviewed him on KNBR. I saw it. He's just saying basically fans should be booing. They expect a better product. That's paraphrasing. They want a better product. They're invested in the team, and yeah, they're frustrated.
So the fans understand it. Management, ownership.
Ownership. That's why I always point to ownership, because the buck has to stop with them. They're the ones that own the team. They're the ones that, hey, here's the money to go do what you want to do with it. And
so Buster should be gone by Monday morning then, because ownership gave him the money. And what has he done with it? He blew it.
Hey, the one thing too about Tampa Bay.
Let me ask you something, Lou. Let me ask you something. Am I off base here? If Buster Posey was the GM, whatever you call him, he's making decisions, spending the money. If he's with any other team in baseball right now, they'd be getting rid of him.
Okay. Has the Mets get rid of Stearns?
Such scrutiny, but this organization sets itself up for failure.
Yeah.
See, that's not. But here's the thing, real quick, Lou. The Mets, they still have Stearns. The Blue Jays, they still have Breslow. And those guys have been an abomination, but they didn't get rid of them. But you know what they did? Do you know what they did get rid of? Well, the Mets haven't. They got rid of the manager. But the reason why the Giants can't get rid of the manager is because they just brought him on this year. So, I mean,
I think Glenn
it's
brought
a
it
bad
up.
spot right now.
Glenn brought it up. I think it was last Friday or Saturday. The Giants don't have the kahunas to remove Buster, because then it makes look like the ownership made a mistake. They're not going to get rid of Tony V, because then it looks Buster made a mistake on that. Even though Buster has a lot of flaws in his, year and a half of being the president of operations, the Giants, they're going to, again, they are still worried about, they're not worried about right now. They don't want to say, oh my God, look what we did to Buster. We sort of threw him to the wolves. He got eaten alive. They don't want to admit they made a mistake. Now, again, when he got hired, we knew it was going to be difficult. I know I wasn't with you guys. I was on a different show. But one of the things people pointed out is not too many superstars, when they're in management roles for their sport, are successful. They took a chance. I thought what they should have done is Buster really never interviewed for a GM. He just kept Farhan's assistant, so they really just haven't done anything. And yeah, these other teams have fired their manager. I mean, look at Philly. They got rid of their manager. They got someone that's experienced, and I think they're like 11-3. The thing about the Giants, they will never, ever do that this year. They won't do it, because then they admit they made a mistake. It's the same thing why they don't go completely young. We can't rebuild. And they're worried about the bottom dollar more than the product on the field. And, that's just how it is. I'm sorry, but that's economics and that's baseball.
Buster isn't the symptom. He is the problem.
Nah, he is the symptom, though, because the ownership should have. Okay, here's a question.
Ownership didn't.
Okay, hold on. Who hired him? Who hired Buster Posey?
The ownership and Larry Bear.
Ownership. Okay, here's a question. Did ownership interview anybody else for the job? Or did they just say, we want Buster? And that's what they
gave
did.
a name, not the person that
So-
probably
and
deserved
so-
the
No,
job.
that
The
sounds.
person-
And doesn't that sound? That's a Larry Bear kind of move, Lou. That's a
Yep.
Larry
Okay.
Bear kind of move.
So that's why I'm saying if you're going to put the onus on Buster for hiring Vitello, well, then we should put the onus on ownership for hiring Buster because he's never done this before. Maybe
I
they
agree.
should have hired someone who's had a little bit more experience. That's right.
I completely
if we-
agree.
Whoa! Well, don't say that, Eric. Hire somebody with a little more experience. How about some experience? The entire
Hey, there's
staff,
our,
no
Padre fan.
experience. This is what you get, Eric, when you've got an inexperienced leadership.
Okay.
It's inexperienced. What are we going to do?
Hey.
Are we going to sit around? Is ownership then going to say, let's just give him we'll do a 5-year program. And in 5 years, we'll take a look at it, see if he's done a better job.
Let's not talk about 5-year plans. I don't want to hear
It's always a
5-year
5
plans.
years.
Personally-
Anyways, by the way, I got to ask you a question. Glenn, last time
Yeah.
you were in San Francisco, did you happen to catch a flick at the Curran?
Well, it's not movies; it's Broadway plays.
It's
Okay. Did you? Okay.
Yeah, like
did
theater.
you
Theater.
happen to catch a play at the Curran? Did you catch a play at the Curran Theater? See, this is what I'm saying. Why are we? And I'll bring this up. I don't give a shit. In the off season, we talked about it. Why the hell is ownership getting involved in buying theaters? What does that have anything to do with the product on the field? It's stupid. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where ownership is with this? This is why I pick on ownership, Glenn.
And
because
before that,
we talked about inexperience.
Position Rock.
Look, and let's talk. Do you think this would have happened under the leadership of Bill Newcomb or Peter McGowan? Do you think this is what would have happened?
Peter McGowan would
no.
probably have either already
Look.
turfed Buster. Or
Right,
Buster
and
wouldn't have been in there in the first place under McGowan.
Maybe not. Maybe not. That's a good
Not
point.
at all.
760, our Padres fan, donates $5. Thanks, 7. You have to remember Posey was handed a shit show from Farhan, and that's a fact. As far as that's concerned, yes. But that being said, 7, Buster Posey has his fingerprints all over the 2020.
Yeah, this makes no sense because now it's Posey's team and Posey's players are in there.
Yeah.
What's it got
There
to
is,
do with
but-
Farhan?
Now, I'll tell you what the shit show was. The farm system. It's not exactly firing on all cylinders where you just could go down there into Sacramento and pluck a guy up and say, hey, let's go out there and get it done.
I think it's coming. I
that's
think
Farhan.
our minor league system is not that bad, Eric.
See, guys, you don't understand. Even if they lose 100 games, they cannot get a draft pick higher than the 10th freaking pick
Because of this
because
year's
it's
pick.
a lottery. You got the
Because of
lottery.
this
They got
pick.
the 4th pick. So next year, or I should say, next year during the draft, you can't get anything higher than the 10th pick. Come on, guys. It's not about tanking anymore. Everyone talks about, well, yeah, you could tank and you could get a good draft pick. It doesn't work that way in baseball anymore, guys.
And that's exactly
There's
what it's
no
designed to do.
guarantee.
Takes away tanking.
It takes away tanking. Exactly. So you can't go out there and say, you know what, let's go tank so we can get a better team. It ain't working. Come on. So
I
you're
agree.
going to,
Posey got suckered.
maybe.
I have a question before we go to the super chat.
Oh, go
Who's
ahead.
go-
Go ahead.
Who's going to be terminated first, Buster or Tony?
I think Buster steps
That's
down.
rough.
I think Buster
honestly,
steps down.
That's rough. That's rough, man. Oh, that's
And people
rough.
in the
Buster-
chat, you could
Buster
comment too.
Oh my God.
I think Buster steps down, Lou, and I think the answer is Buster before Tony because Tony didn't bring in something for Buster to work with. Buster brought something in for Tony to work with. So again, I told you before, the shit flows downhill. So Buster's he's a bigger problem than Tony.
Do you think Tony would want to work here without Buster? I thought he came here because they were good friends and he talked him into.
No, he
You know,
wanted
it's
to be
like you joining the company. Maybe Tony V might say, "I don't want to be there."
Man, I don't honestly, Lou, that's a great question, but man, I don't even.
No.
And you know what's sad? Thank you for the $10, Seven. Posey is not the answer, though. I promise. You know what pisses me off, Lou? And you're going to get me going again here. Why are we having this type of discussion on May 9th of 2026?
Because we're the worst team in baseball.
What the hell has happened? What are we doing here? What is going on with the San Francisco Giants to where we're sitting here talking about how bad the Giants are here on May 9th of 2026?
I wish I was like the guys behind you. I wish I was like the guys behind you, Eric.
Yeah, this is an absolute abomination of a product that we are watching on a daily basis here. And this is getting really old quick. I'm tired of this. We've seen 500 baseball for so long, and here we are thinking that, hey, maybe we're going to do something different. Yeah, they've done something different, but guess what? We're getting the same freaking results, and I'm sick and tired of it. Something has to change, and I don't know what the hell it's going to be. Honestly, this is just.
And Eric,
I hate that we have to talk about Lou. Seriously, you bring up that question, and that's sad because that in any other team that would be crazy talk, but it's not so crazy, and that's the part that pisses me off, man.
Well, Eric, the one thing you brought up is. We talked about it in the offseason. We were all excited about the baseball playoffs, the World Series, the whole offseason. All right, we have the managers' meetings. We knew the Giants had 4 problems. We needed a 4th starter. I thought a 3rd, but a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th starter. We needed a closer, and we needed bench help. Why? Because really our quality bench guys, one is with Atlanta, one's in the Mexican League, and I'd say another person is with the Atlanta Braves too. But we really didn't get guys to fill in, or the guys we got in, as Glenn said, were safe and cheap, and now that's blown up. So here it is. We're May 9th. We still haven't solved the problem. We don't have a 4th starter. We don't have a 5th starter. We don't have a closer.
We don't have a closer.
We don't have a bullpen. We don't have a bench. This morning we did have 4 catchers, but now we're down to 3. But yeah, we know the problems, but we're not doing anything. And we're still under the CBT, as you say.
I don't know what he's saying there. Thanks for the $2. I don't understand what he's saying. It's called an acquisition of. I don't know what he's referring to.
I think he's talking about make the deals, get the deals done, get us assets, build for the future. That's what I take from it.
Well, that's
how I feel too.
And it's incredible is that the Giants, the farm is looking pretty good. We got 5 guys on the baseball in baseball. Oh God, what is it? Not MLB
top 100, but one's
Baseball
actually
America.
on our team. Baseball but one's America. Actually on our team right now.
Now it's if you want to say it's 4 because Eldridge is up. So, the future is looking bright. The problem is you're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait. The current product sucks, but we're going to have to wait. Glenn, remember Lars? Good old Lars.
I'd take Lars Newcomb right about now.
You remember the money crop?
Yeah.
Remember
remember what happened when he hit remember what happened when they put the corn they hitched to his wagon, what happened?
Hold on. Remember what he said? What was he saying to all those guys that were sniveling about the corn not being delivered? He's saying you can't wait for a good thing to come.
Seed corn.
Right? You can't wait for something good to happen. So, guys.
So what do I have to do? I got to go
get corn.
I got to go to the kitchen and I got to get a big bag of flour and go, that's all you do is complain. Bang.
Yeah. There you go. Do. So we're going to have to take the advice of good old Lars and understand that good things are coming. The Giants have corn seed. And that being said, let's see what happens in the next couple of years. It's no guarantee.
You got to be careful, Eric. You got to be careful. Remember, they brought in season 1. They brought in the load of seed corn, and he kept saying, "I wonder where he got seed corn at that price." And then all the city started. Everybody was dropping dead.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You could have a beautiful crop, or it could be an absolute disaster, and you could wind up getting freaking typhus. So either way, it could be either or. 7 donates another $1. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So the word on the street is we all got to go work. We all got to go work in the mining quarry. We've lost our crop. We just got to go.
Yeah.
Let's go blow things up, Eric.
There you go. Yeah. I'll be the powder monkey. You guys could go be the drillers. Go out there.
I don't like the drilling. I'd rather be the powder, although the powder monkey's usually the first to go. I don't know if I'm holding the chisel with Eric swinging.
Oh my gosh. Hey, donates a $5. Damn, 7 is coming in, doling out a lot of money. Thank you, 7. Says Eric, Glenn, Lou, love you guys. Have a good night. F the Dodgers. Root for us this season. Love from San Diego. Go Niners. You're a Niners fan. All right, right on. Hey, appreciate your support, 7.
Maybe that'll be topic for another show.
Oh, dear God.
We jump ship. Who am I going to cheer for? I think I'm going to cheer for the Padres and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, my God. I know. But
dude,
again,
I'm not even excited watching.
Thank you for the support.
Listen, Lou, I've said it before. I think when I say the entire product, Eric, I know you've got the MLB network now, or not the network, but you got the MLB package. You guys ever watch broadcasts from other cities? Philadelphia, Tampa, Detroit. We have the worst broadcasts in the league. We have the worst. I watch it on TV. It's just, well, there's another fan in the crowd. You know, he was pulling my nose. What was he? He was pulling my nose last night. He was pulling his nose and he hit me in the nose. Stop it. I want to hear baseball talk about better coverage.
What the? No. I'm a pushback.
Got the hell out of town.
Hey. When the score is 10-1 and the Giants are playing absolute freaking bozo baseball, I can understand why they want to talk about what's going on in the crowd, because it was horrible. It was what else? There's no baseball to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Oh, there goes Walker again, allowing a bunch of runs. Oh, there's Ramos flubbing another catch. Oh, there's another freaking 1-2-3 inning for our lineup. Don't even want to take a walk. I mean, that's not even about the
product. It's just let's talk about the people in the crowd. Just
the problem. You can't broadcast anything when you have one. It's ass. The product is ass right now, and until that changes,
I know what we do.
We're gonna have to.
Lou and I just jump in the car. We're heading over to Tommy's. That's what we do, right, Tom? Yeah, right, Lou?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's hear from our sponsors. This is the best part of the whole show, right here. There's our proud sponsor, Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, home of the world famous Tommy Margarita. And also, don't forget, fantastic food can be getting there as well. So, again, thanks to Julio and Enrique and all those people down there at Tommy's Mexican.
Yeah, thanks. We love you guys, but at least keep the game on. Come on. I can't believe that.
Can't blame them. Let's see. Is there anything else up here?
So, some people mentioned in the chat, Lou?
Yep.
Whatever happened to the young guys? Why aren't we? People want to see Eldridge in there every day. If he's called up, you got to play him. How do you feel about that?
You got to play him. You got to play Rodriguez every day. You got to play Casey Schmidt every day. You know, because the veterans aren't doing the job. And in business, when you have guys that are a little bit older and they're not doing the job, you got to do people that are going to do the job. You know, we're just, again, I'll use Glenn's phrase, safe. I don't understand it. You know, again, tonight you had Rodriguez, unless he asked for the day off, but the guy's in a groove, right? The guy's been hitting. He's been going the opposite way. Casey, except for Rye's been our second best hitter. When both those guys are not in the lineup, especially when they score 5 or 6 runs, you know they're going to struggle. I'm sorry. It's just, science. So you're telling me we only have 3 hitters and we're taking 2 out of them. They're going to suffer. It's one of those things. But what the thing is, they got to stick with what got him here. When you look at it, the last couple of weeks, Casey's been on fire. Araya's been on fire. Rodriguez has been sort of a little jolt. You had Eldridge tonight hit his first homer. All 4 should be in the lineup.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. When those guys were in the lineup, were the Giants winning?
No, but at least they were being productive offensively.
I hear you.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I get you. Yeah. Is it better to watch because you'll see a little bit more action on the with the hitting? Yeah. But does that mean the Giants are going to get more wins?
Schmidt or Devers?
Oh, Schmidt, absolutely, right now, 100%.
So Schmidt should be playing.
Yeah, they gave him a day off. They said it was a normal day. He's been playing every day for quite some time. Sometimes a guy needs a day.
When are we going to give Devers his week off? Send him on vacation.
It's not going to happen. Look what happened to Devers. You know who deserved more time off than Devers is Adames, and Adames never got a day off. Remember they said they were going to they're going to have Schmidt playing all these different positions. Well, he played third base one time, and since then, he covered for a rise when he was hurt.
Lou, maybe Eric's right. Maybe Eric's right. We're just stuck with fucking crap Devers, old man Devers, and I can't hit 200 Adames. And I can't believe they signed this guy to 6 years, Chapman. We just stuck with them, so we got to play with him. You know what? Yeah. Let the chips fall where they may. If you want to win,
we're not going to have
that's just where it is.
Yeah, we will not have a winning product until next decade.
Yeah,
that's
not with these. We will not have. Well,
maybe
the only way we're going to get to be a winning product, Lou, at the rate it's going, is when then they're out of here, and if Schmidt is around,
no guarantee.
And Susak is around when they are your big 3. When you got your big 3 who are young and developed, and Eldridge.
Okay.
Your big
Let's
3,
talk about it.
Winning with the big 3 or the little.
So were the Giants winning before Devers and Adames and Chapman showed up? Were the Giants winning?
They were better.
Were they winning?
Yeah, they were better.
No,
we had a shot
they were
at the
not
playoffs.
winning.
We weren't winning. We made the playoffs in 21.
Okay. Go from 2017 to 2025. How many times did they go to the playoffs?
How many times have they been like 20 games under 500?
That's what I'm saying. The Giants have been bad. Even before Chapman, Adames, and Devers, the Giants have been mid.
What's the common thread? Larry Bear.
Ownership. You could say ownership. Yeah, if that's what you want to say. Ownership is the common denominator. But the Giants were bad before Devers and Adames.
That's a great point, Eric. It's continually just getting. It's so frustrating because it's the same bad product on the field year after year after year.
Lou, you almost said it. Lou. Let it slip out. They're getting worse, is what you were going to say. It's continuing.
No, it's worse. It's worse.
So we were better without them than we are with them.
Oh, currently, yeah. As 1 month into the season, yes, we're worse.
Yep.
And when we finish the season, you know what we're probably going to be? We're probably going to be right around 500. Probably going to be right around 500. Maybe a little bit less, but we're probably going to be right around 500. So in other words, it's the same product that we've seen since 2017, with the exception of 2021. It's the same.
Lou, what's the over-under on the season right now? Can you still bet props at this stage of the season?
I can't on mine, but I bet you the Giants are probably 75 and a half, probably 5 below the number. I mean, do you guys even think they'll be close to 500 with this team?
I'm saying, look, in a baseball season, the team will go on a run at some time, and that may help them get to 500, right? I'm not saying anything over 500. No way. The way that they're playing right now, no way they go over 500. Unless some kind of miracle. Hey, I'd rather be wrong, so I'd rather go out there and say it and get told,
because after this road trip, we're going to be 15. We're going to be 15 below.
It's going to be a mess.
Games.
It's going to be a mess, man. The Dodgers are definitely going to want retribution. All right, I got to get the hell out of here. It's already getting late. What do you got? You guys going to stick around there? You going to go a little bit longer, Glenn, Lou?
No, I'm ready to
Go
get out
longer.
of here.
You'll be happy if I'm even back tomorrow. I don't know, man.
Hey, tell me about it. Hey,
Eric,
it
I'm
is a
sorry
holiday
you came
tomorrow.
back for this catastrophe.
Hey,
But,
it's been going on the whole season.
As Glenn said, everybody have a great Mother's Day tomorrow. We will be back for the post-game show. And boy, will we have something to talk about either way. Either we won the series or it's gotten worse. So we appreciate you guys being here, especially on a Saturday night. And Eric, I think we should just commend all the super chats. You're always good at that.
Yeah,
Great night,
absolutely.
considering how bad it was. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for the super chats. And, you guys, just like us, man, we're all struggling, but we have to get through this together somehow.
Hey, I like
Come on
that
in and
move.
see us tomorrow after the game. We'll go after the game, so we don't have to come in here at
Too late.
8 o'clock.
JB, Mr. Postman, Mark, 760. He did that a few times for Mr. Postman and 760 again. Again, guys, thanks for the donations. We much appreciate that. All right,
Sad
guys.
tale of today's tape. Giants need to go
Giants-
66 and 57 to finish 500. Ain't happening.
That's not that bad. That's not that bad. It's not like totally buried, but it's getting worse. That's the problem. It's getting worse.
Not
And if
bad
it doesn't,
Blue Jays.
if it doesn't get any better, we're screwed. I don't look.
For the Orioles,
They're not exceeding 500. There's not exceeding
Tampa,
500.
Colorado,
Yeah,
or Arizona.
should be fun. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See ya.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.